This video review is being brought to you by PrimeToys.net. PrimeToys.net, where you can get collector grade toys without the collector grade pricing. PrimeToys.net. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video review to get a code you can use at PrimeToys.net where you can save 10% off your order of Transformers products. PrimeToys.net. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, your friend Dynamite back yet again for another video review. And as you can see, we're going to look at a different type of review. This is basically my first real masterpiece style review. And this is going to be actually separated us out into a two-part review. So bear with me on this one, and we'll go from this, and we'll do have another one for the other half of this, or the other half of this set. And this one, as you can see, we're going to be looking at the Year of the Goat Masterpiece Soundwave set, but I decided we're going to look at just the cassettes first. And as you can see here, we have the 5 cassettes. We have Laserbeak, Rumble, or Frenzy, whichever way you want to describe this guy. And we have the other ones. We have Buzzsaw. Actually, this is Frenzy. This is Rumble. And here we have Ravage. What's neat about this set is that this is just a remolding of the original Masterpiece Soundwave Takara set, where it had all these tapes with them. You had a bunch of stuff with it. The Soundwave here is set off to the side, so I'm not going to show him off. But you get Soundwave, you get the 5 cassettes, you get their little cases, and you get accessories for all of them. Now, as I mentioned, each of these come with a little case, which makes it look like a rare cassette tape, which is pretty cool. Repo Labels actually has a set you can get for these cassettes where you can put like a logo or something on these if you want. They don't really have one really for the Year of the Goat set, so I'm not too worried about getting one. But still, it's pretty cool, the idea that you can get some little labels you can put on here to say, you know, Frenzy or Rumble, whichever. I'm not sure positive what all they have exactly for each of them, but it's pretty cool to do that. But first, before I get into Ravage, I'm going to go ahead and transform Buzzsaw here. And as you can see, this is Laserbeak. I just went ahead and have him in his bird mode here, just to show off to the difference. That way I'm not having to show you two different transformations here. But this is basically what we're going to come out with from this. Main way I call this Laserbeak is because this one has all this gold here. This one has it kind of too, but this is kind of a darker gold here, as you can see here on the bottom of Laserbeak. You kind of have a lighter bit of gold there, so I kind of like using the darker bit for Buzzsaw because he was the yellowish colored of the birds. So I kind of like using this one as Laserbeak. But oh, pardon me. Excuse me, as Buzzsaw. We'll just put Laserbeak back up here. And to transform into his bird mode, it's simple. If you start at the top here, you have this little bit right here. And now I'm going to try to do this as best I can, considering how clear painted these guys are. There's a little tab piece right here. If you push in on that, it'll help you to push out this part, which is his head. You just simply rotate this around, like so. And then starting on the same in the back section here, you have these little panels here. You start pulling on this, and it will pull all this out. And you rotate this around, and you flip the wings up. And this, of course, is his little laser cannons on the back that he carries on his back. Which in the original G1 and stuff, these were actually little guns that you would just peg into it. So that's kind of nice that they added that all into the transformation. Next, you stay on the bottom side. You're going to flip these panels up and straight out, like so. The same on this side. And then you'll reach down here at the bottom. You'll flip this down, which of course, as you can see, is his feet. You do the same on this side and rotate it around. Lastly, all you have to do is reach right here, and you straighten these out by pulling them back. You can see this guy is a little loose right there on that one side, but that is okay. And once you straighten all this out, here you have Buzzsaw or Laserbeak, whichever way you want when you want to describe him as in his robot or bird mode. Not bad at all. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. He also has a little bit here on the top. Both of them have a top on the head where you can basically flip this over, which is kind of hard to do with my, because I have a fingernail, but just not quite. There we go. Got it just enough. You flip this over. Come on. Or flip this up. Excuse me, not quite over. Well, I might not be getting it all the way. Yeah, I'm not going to try to force it. There's a little camera in there that you can pop open to show off. Yeah, it doesn't flip over. It just kind of flips up like I had it. I'm not want to try to force it because I don't want to break it. But there's Buzzsaw or Laserbeak, whichever one you want to. Of course, you can bend his neck up and down to give him some more articulation on that. Or you can have him land like this and have his head sticking up. The wings, aside from the transformation bit, don't have really that much articulation. And as you can see, the feet do move to twist and turn to the bottom, but that's really it. This one is a little bit looser than the other one, and I'm not really sure. You might could put some paint, or not really paint, some nail polish or some floor polish in there to tighten that up. It shouldn't be a problem. But we'll go ahead and set Buzzsaw here off to the side, and we'll look at Rumble here. As you can see, Frenzy has his pile drivers on and everything, and Rumble does have his set, which is pretty cool because you can store them in these together. They do have a little storage tab that you can store them in. That's really neat. It keeps them stored together. That way you don't lose them. But we'll set these aside, and we'll transform Rumble into his robot mode. To do so, simply rotate these pieces up on the back of the tape. Oh, also notice that the reason I call this Rumble, you have the red and the black here, and Rumble is supposed to be the red, where Frenzy is the blue. And he does have blue in him more, so I call him, Frenzy. Though you could still use this as Rumble if you want. Again, rotate these back and up, and then you'll reach right here and you'll rotate this whole section down. At the same time, you want to pull them down, straighten out all this out for his leg. Do the same on this side, straighten all that out. You will then turn it towards you, and you'll rotate these to the front like so, basically rotating where this piece is towards the front part of the robot. Rotate these down to form the feet. Rotate these down to the side for his arms, and you will pull out his hands from right here, which, considering how small these guys are, can be a little, not really fickle, but a little testy. There we go. There's his hands, and on the back you just simply pull out his head like so, and then rotate it around, and there is Rumble in his robot mode. Pretty nice sculpting on all this. Also, I didn't mention this on Buzzsaw and that, but they do have their Decepticon logo here on his wings. It's kind of hard to see there, but he's got the Year of the Goat half and the Decepticon logo mixed in there on each wing. Laserbeak has it as well, and Rumble and Frenzy have it here on the front of their chest there. So that's that plus to it. Also, when you have this, he does have his guns, and to get to his guns, basically it has a really nice storage bit for it, where you basically take his pile drivers, you open up this end, and you just slide them right out. And when you want to put them up, you can just slide them back in. So it's a really cool storage bit for these guys. I'm not gonna put the pile drivers on Rumble here because I already got them on Frenzy. But you can take him, and it's got this peg here that rotates like so, where you can peg it onto his back. Oops, wrong one, sorry. You take this end, this is the peg you use to peg into his back, and the back part of the little ball, basically where you would put for the tape player. You peg those in, and it pops right in, real nice and snug. Looks really good for them. And then if you take the other one here, slide that out. Again, I really do dig how you can store them in there. It's really good for storage on that. But if you flip the peg in this way, you can take it and stick it into his hand. And there we have Rumble, ready to rumble. Once I get him straightened out, must not have his legs straightened. There we go. Didn't have his legs all the way out like I should. But we'll set him in front of Frenzy here. And next we're going to go and look at Ravage. Again, like I said before, this is pretty cool that they have these little cassette tape cases basically for them. Really neat to store them in. We'll set that back to the back. And the transform Ravage here, a little bit more difficult than what these guys are. Nice silver and black on this one, so it definitely resembles Ravage. Now to transform this guy, you want to start on this side here. This is where Ravage's head is in tape mode. There is a bit of plastic right there. It's a little peg tab right there. That's you can kind of get in there and pull it out, and you peg it to this side. You then bring these panels out and peg them together, and then you have Ravage's head already. Next you will reach right here, slide this up, and this is his tail. And then right here on each side you have his front legs, and you have to pull these up because they are pegged in right in here. Pull these up and then pull them straight out like so. Just pull them out like so. Next you will reach right here and you'll pull this whole panel down, or excuse me, back, not down, towards the back. You do the same on this side. They'll peg together, and you kind of straighten out his tail there. You will then can go ahead and pull these out, which is of course his hind legs, and you can flip them straight out, and you can go ahead and put the foot down. Do the same on this side. Next you want to, right here at this basically right behind where the front legs are, you'll rotate this. It's got a little double hinge there. You'll pop it up and you can see it sticks this piece down. A little bit of plastic there, and then you'll rotate the head down. Kind of gives them that little neck swivel there for like a Jaguar. Rotate these down like so, and then you have his hind legs ready. You will then swivel these till you get to the point where the Decepticon logo and the Year of the Goat logo or symbol is right here on the side. Rotate these down, and then you'll swivel right here toward the front, because you want this clear piece toward the front of his head. You then straighten out his foot there. Do the same on this side. Rotate it, swivel it down, rotate it this way, and like so. And then we have Ravage in his Jaguar mode. Not shabby at all. He looks really, really good. He does have his little missile pods, which the only thing I kind of wish is these kind of set up a little bit higher. I kind of wish there was like maybe an extra swivel here where you can peg them up, rotate it up, and just basically put the missile pods like up here, just above his tail, you know, in that general region. But it's not bad at all. I do dig this. I mean, it looks really, really good. You got nice articulation because you got the swivel here for his, his legs. You got the swivel, of course, right there from the transformation. You got the bend here, and you got the foot articulation. You got that on his front legs. On his back legs, he just has the swivel like so. I mean, he does have really nice articulation for his being a Jaguar. But that is just pretty darn cool. Once you get them straightened up, you actually have your Decepticon cassettes ready to go. And on Rumble, I did forget to mention that about their articulation. He does have a nice swivel there because his arm is on a ball joint. He has no swivel here. He does have the elbow bend, no finger, no waist swivel. He does have the bend double hinge bend for his hip and knees there, and he does have a little bit of give right there for the transformation. And of course his head is on a ball joint, or not really a ball joint, but a hinge where you can swivel it around. And also I do like the head sculpts on these guys. They do have some really good ones. I love the paint and the red. I kind of wish they kind of gave it a little bit more distinction. Maybe put like blue or something for one, just so you can kind of tell them apart. But that's still pretty cool. The only problem everybody has with this set is just that it's a clear set. It's a year ago. It's commemorating the Chinese New Year or whatever for the goat, and it's still it's a clear set. Everybody complains about it, but it's still a masterpiece Soundwave set. So in my book, it's still pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. Again, when I got this, I had yet to mess with a masterpiece Soundwave, but I'm happy I got this set. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can get these on clearance now. I believe when I picked mine up, I picked it up for $80, which is like basically over half price of what they were going for. So I was kind of happy with that. I picked up both this one and the Prime, which I have already reviewed. So be sure to check for that one. Basically, that Prime being a remold of a repaint, replastic, whatever you want to call it, of the Laser Rod Prime. It was still awesome mode. But that's going to be it for this video review, guys, at least for this part of it. Tune in next time where I'm going to look at Soundwave himself, which is going to be fun because he's going to be my first official masterpiece review. But again, guys, please like, comment, and share this video. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. I'm approaching that 200 subscriber mark, so please help me out on that. And also, please check out primetoys.net, where you can get collector toys without the collector pricing. Where when you go to checkout and you have some Transformers products in your cart, use the code TRANSMISSIONS at checkout and you get 10% off your order. So there's definitely a little plus to add 10% off your order there. And also check out the podcast, also sponsored by Palm Toys, a greatest podcast there is, the Transmissions podcast. Hint the name there. If it wasn't for them being, because they were subscribed, they were sponsored before I was. They, with them, they got the use of the code. So it was because of them we have the code we have now, basically. So it's also awesome that we got that. And they, the podcast, they talk anything Transformers. They talk toys, third-party news. They talk, convention news, comic book news, anything. They do reviews on comics and everything. Really good on that. So be sure to check them out, guys. And this is Dumb saying, once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.